I am Jodi Weiner and incredibly excited to be part of this Feast for the Soul. I was invited, I think, because Connection Coalition happens to be my passion. It is my feast for my soul, service, karma yoga. And I thought I would talk a little bit about Connection Coalition and what we do. If it's brand new to you, we are a service organization, a nonprofit that works within underserved communities throughout the country. We began in 2003 as a local service organization in Miami, Florida, founded by Terry Cooper Space. And we have expanded now to be a national organization with presence in 22 states and growing. We provide yoga, meditation, and mindfulness to youth in crisis centers, such as detention centers, underserved schools, foster homes, homeless shelters, LGBTQ centers, as well as drug rehabilitation. We have been known to work with a lot of transitional living centers as well throughout the country, providing aged out foster children, foster youth, I should say, services, some life skills, some resources to help them regulate their own nervous system, which is really what happens through the practice of yoga. So this organization ignited my soul. It stokes my fire each and every time I talk about serving youth and talking about how trauma affects our nervous system and affects our lives. So the training that we give with our organization in order to go out and be of service with kids in your community really focuses on trauma and how it affects our brain, how it's held in our body, and the ways in which our choices and habitual patterns are informed as a result of what happens oftentimes in the younger years of our life. So this training that we give is a weekend training, and you can find out more information. There'll be a link in this email, I'm assuming. And you can find out how to get involved with our organization. But when I started to think about what ignites my soul and how service has shifted my entire perspective, I think of something that one of my teachers said most recently, that when we are at our lowest of lows, when we feel like there's nothing more we can do to dig ourselves out of a hole, to find that spark in our lives, and we just feel like we've been running on a hamster wheel for a long time, the one thing that has a tendency to pick us up and pick us out of that hole is service. And for me, it's always come down to karma yoga. And karma yoga doesn't necessarily mean a free yoga class, right? It means giving without expectation to receive in return. That's what it means to me. Karma yoga is the yoga of action and how we show up in service to ourselves first and how we show up to our community. So I figured I would talk a little bit about that and how it can be a really transformational experience. The feeling that you're left with after being of service to someone is what we get in return. We don't expect it. It can be overwhelming. Oftentimes, the tears of gratitude flow from my heart and they leak out my eyes. And oftentimes, I am reminded almost each and every time I serve community in this way, I am reminded why I am here. It is my purpose to be of service. So I am of service to kids in crisis. I am of service to adults in crisis. I am of service every time I step in front of a population who is ready to move their bodies with breath, with movement, and with heart. So I know that this program is about meditation and mindfulness, but for me, I wanted to share why I practice meditation and mindfulness and in what way it has shaped my life. I've had a long history and a long story of bad choices. Maybe not so bad. They've led me to this moment, which is pretty amazing, by the way. I'm super honored to be part of this experience. But I would say that the choices that I made were in support of who I am today and how I'm able to serve. I say it a lot when I'm working with volunteers that are ready to go out and serve, that we find our message within the mess, right? So I figured I would lead you on a little bit of a meditation to find your way into your heart, into your passion, through a little bit of creative visualization. That works for me. I find that it works for a lot of people that I work in relationship with when I'm working with meditation. So I want you to close your eyes, and I'm going to close my eyes too because it's kind of creepy. Like I'm going to be staring at you and your eyes are closed, so my eyes will be closed as well. And I will be playing a little bit of a sound bowl. And I will hit it 3 times like this to exit your meditation. So let's begin. Find a comfortable seat. You can also lay down if you are listening on your phone or watching on your phone. Lying down doesn't necessarily mean you'll fall asleep. So create a space for you in a way that you can ground into this moment and begin to feel your breath. So close your eyes if it feels safe for you, or find a spot in front of you to just kind of soften your eyes. And we'll take 3 breaths together to ground into this moment and into this time. So breathe slow and deep in through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. So seal the lips, keep the eyes closed, and bring your gaze into the center of your head, your eye gaze, and lift the tongue to the roof and back of the mouth so that you can open and control the flow of air at the back of the throat. And let your mind begin to scan the body, noticing the areas where it feels good and open and effortless. And let the breath settle in there. Visualize your mind softening as well, welcoming in any kind of background noise that your mind might say is an interruption. When we welcome this into our experience, we make it part of the whole. So take it all in, the background noises, wherever you are. Perhaps there's rain in the background, or voices in a hallway, or traffic outside. Tune in. Allow it to be part of this amazing experience as we settle in to our breath. And we'll begin to scan. Crown of the head. Visualize a brilliant, bold, wide column of light coming from above, shining down through you, filling the face, relaxing the muscles, the eyes, relaxing the jaw and the tongue, softening through the throat, the shoulders. As this light moves through your arms and hands, you feel a warmth, a sense of healing and wholeness. And the light shines down through your center, through the spine, through the belly and hips, moving through the legs, wrapping around the knees and the calves, grounding us into our body. And this light continues to move out through the feet and the tips of the toes. And we notice in our mind's eye we are no longer a human body, but a brilliant white light, radiant, full of vitality and warmth and wholeness. And it's with this light that we begin to connect right into our heart center. And I want you to draw your awareness right into the center of your chest and visualize a vibrant emerald green light radiating out. And that light begins to surround you with love, with patience, with compassion and kindness. As we breathe that light into every cell of our being, into each joint, into each sticky, heavy area within the body. And we stay in our heart center in this way. You begin to feel a subtle vibration. And now in your mind's eye, visualize a person, a child, a teenager, an elder, someone who could use your heart's healing, who could use your energy, your compassion, your kindness, and your grace. And visualize your light shining into their heart center. And you see their eyes fill up with light and healing and wholeness as a smile crosses their face of recognition that this is their natural state, this light. And they direct their light back at you. And you feel this amazing, warm, healing connection. And it is in this way we are in our center of truth. They are fueling our light as we fuel theirs, with no expectation. This is the essence of karma yoga, to give with no expectation, to receive with no expectation. Allow this visual to hold you steady here as you feel wholeness and connection. As we stay with our breath in the quiet, in this visual, in this exchange of compassion, of peace, and of presence. And slowly begin to draw your attention and energy back into the body, back into your heart center. As each of you, yourself and the person before you, bring your palms together with eyes locked. Hold each other in our gaze as you slowly bow down with sacred reverence for the connection that they've allowed. They've allowed you to give in this way and to receive in this way. For this is the truest definition of connection, to be seen, to be valued. As you slowly bow to each other, bring your attention and energy back into your body. Let this experience settle into your heart. And ask yourself, what sets my soul on fire? How can I tap into my own truth, my own purpose? Allow the answer to rise for you. And if this answer is elusive and doesn't settle, and the mind is jumping, come back to this meditation and allow the stillness and the intention of finding your purpose, of what sets your soul on fire. Rise. As we stay in the stillness a moment longer, without completely waking, bring attention back to how your body's feeling. Moving fingers and toes without opening eyes. Stay in this half-waking state of peace, of connection, and think about what sets your soul on fire. What makes your energy rise, maybe so high that you know that that's it? Is it a call to activism? Is it a call to service? Is it a call of expansion of your soul's evolution? What is your feast? What is your fire? Continue to ask yourself that question through the rest of this journey. And when you come back to this meditation with me, let it serve you. Take a deep breath. Notice how the body feels. Open the eyes slowly and come back to presence. If you feel a need or an urge to journal a little bit of what rises for you, and I say the words ignite your fire, find your passion, take the time, journal. It might not be now, it might be maybe the next time you listen to this or watch this. And if you want to get involved with Connection Coalition, please visit our website. It's, of course, www.theconnectioncoalition.org. You can find information there about programs that we have within areas across the country. Our training schedule is there. And if you want to join me on the mat, you can send me a note, or you can find me at Hot Yoga Home in Pompano, or you can find me at Yoga Connection in Davie, as well as Yoga for Life Studios in Coral Springs. It has been an absolute honor and a privilege to be part of this journey with you. May your practice continue. Namaste.